Welcome back, everybody. This is part 4 of the Archaelund guide. In this part, we're actually going to be knocking out 3 different quests. We're going to be doing 3 Wanderers. Let me show you in my journal, actually. We're going to be doing 3 Wanderers, Deadly Delicacies, and a quest called Arcane Cleanup that we haven't picked up yet. So this is the main entrance. There's our guard captain guy there. You're going to go out the main entrance. We're going to run straight down the road. And you see this big tower here? We're going to run right to that tower. This is the Mage's Tower. Jump on in here. And we'll go talk to Mage Bro. Wizard Bro. Here you can learn new spells from him as well. Just tell him, I think we can pay. You can buy stuff from him. And then magical training, show me your available spells. But what we're going to do, we're going to ask questions. Tell him we are adventurers, maybe you have a job for us. Sounds like the kind of thing we do. We're going to pick up Arcane Cleanup. He's going to tell us to go look for some unusual objects and clear some rats out from around the lake. And that lake is right here. Right to the right, so there's the mage's building. It's just right to the right. A quick save just in case. Alright. With that combat done, you're going to go over to these little rocks right here. Find this glass on the ground. Instead of talking about littering, do the this may very well be what Arcanius was referring to. We'll pick that up. We'll go back and talk to him. All right. We'll talk to him. Tell him that we found these flasks by the lake, and we complete that cleanup. Now we're going to go out. You see the city right there. We're going to go right down here by the lake again. We're going to whip around. We're going to go around behind. Now we're doing the dangerous delicacy, or deadly delicacies, excuse me. We're going to run around behind just to show you on the map. Here's the Mage's Tower. Here's the lake we were just at. We're going this way, northeast from the Mage's Tower. And actually, I'm going to avoid these crabs. Definitely fight them. It's always great to fight everything just for XP. Everything outside of the dungeons does respawn. So definitely get your fights in. This is what we're looking for right here. These little egg clusters. So there's one there, just to show you on the map. Right here on the beach. We're going to keep going down the beach. We're going to take on these Noraks here. Alright. Noraks are dead. And like the ones on the beach in the beginning of the game, you get scales from them. I'm not going to take them. I don't need them. But we are going to take that egg cluster. And now if you want to go over here, there's an egg or a seashell you can pick up. But these are great too. The Omsil buds. So these can be used for health regen. So I'm actually going to do that. A couple of my people here. And get the last one to the mage. And there we go. And now what we're going to do from where we are, we just picked up 2. The first one was right here. Second one was right here. We are going to take this path up. And we're going to avoid these rock men here. Definitely a good fight. Those guys are fun to fight. But we're going to go around and swoop around to the right and just loop around them. Kind of avoid the fight altogether. So there's the rock men right there. And we're going to loop around right here. Go this way. There's another group of crabs right here. You should be able to avoid them if you want to. I'm going to, just for the guide purposes. There's more of the fish. but we are going to go towards these pointy rocks right here. And we'll do a quick save. Now, when you start this fight, you only see 3. You can see right there, there's our last egg cluster, but there's going to be a few more that spawn during the fight. All right. That fight is over. More fish scales. I'm just going to leave them. I don't need them. And we get our 3rd egg cluster that we need for the mission. And now, from where we are, we're going to just go straight south. So we're going to, you see these big rock faces here. There's a crab fight over here. Actually, yeah, I'm going to show you the item over here. So we're going to go attack these crabs just to the left of the Norax. We're going to go fight these guys. Okay. The crabs are dealt with. We generally don't get any loot from the crabs. But we are going to go down and loot this skeleton. You get a rusty longsword, but you get a lesser ring of frost, which is a plus 20 cold resistance. So you remember back in Port Galed, there's that vendor that sells a couple of rings. Well, now you don't need to buy the cold resistant ring unless you want to use it on multiple different characters. And so just for reference, there's the crabs there. There's those guys that we killed. We are going to go directly south from those guys. And we're going to turn left here. And here is the camp for our 3rd mission. We can actually rest here as well, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a full rest. Use up some of my supplies, because there is a couple of fights coming. So, this is the guy that starts the quest for 3 wanderers. He is one of the 3. We ask him about the camp. We know his name. We'll tell him that we need to go find some people. Look in the journal. So we need to go find his companions. So, the first companion, she is around here. If you can see where I'm circling on the map, there's this first lake here. There's a second lake around here. She's going to be right in there. So she is going to be about southwest, west-southwest of his position. So we're going to go west. Well, there's a bunch of rats here. Let's see if we can avoid them. Okay. Oh, some crabs there. We're going to keep going west. So we clean up some more of the map here. Here's the second lake. And we're going to want to go up in here. So there's going to be some bandits. You can see if you can avoid them. It may not be necessary. I'm going to kill them. Okay. I will take that loot, but my mage is hurting pretty bad. So I'm going to go rest up, get my mage back up, and then we'll meet back here. Okay. Our 4 bandits are dead. Everybody's rested up a bit. I'm going to quick save here. We've got a pretty decent fight coming up. You're going to go around this corner. And you see up here, we're going to have to take those guys out. So always quick save before a fight. We're going to go in here and pick this fight. Alright. And with that fight over with, we're going to get our loot. Now, this is important for a quest coming up. This right here, the Minotaur Horn, keep that. Do not sell that or destroy it or anything like that. Don't drop it. It is necessary for a quest coming up for a statue head. There are 2 statue heads that we'll get quests from, and this is one of the items that is required. So we'll go ahead and take everything. And we can tool around the camp a little bit. Open this. There's some supplies. And this is now a rest area as well, if I remember correctly. Yes, we can rest here. Quick save. And we're going to go up here. So there's where the fight was. We're going to turn around, go up here. Watch out for the spike trap. And we are going to open this door and talk to her. This is one of the missing people. This is Noria. Iconos sends us. She knows how to get back to the Iconos on her own. And I think if you use the other option, she gets really skittish and thinks you're a slaver. So there's another bandit group down here you can fight. But we're going to go back to the camp, and we're going to talk to the archer and tell him that we saved his friend. Let's see, quickest way back to him. It's just going to be straight. It's going to hurt a little bit. There we go. And I recommend, you know, fighting pretty much everything you can see. It's the best way to level up. It's the best way to get XP. It's the best way to get stuff to sell. Most fights do give you something in the form of loot. Some of them don't, like crabs and stuff like that. They don't. We're going to rest really quick before we talk to him. We'll go ahead and wait until sunrise. I prefer the light. All right, do a quick save, and we'll talk to him. Tell her that Noria is safe. Tell us what happened to Bellafor. Now, if you have a high enough diplomacy, you can convince him to come with you. But don't worry, you can get him later. For now, I'm just going to tell him to go back to Port Galeb. He's going to go off to Port Galeb. Now, what he tells us is we need to go south to a cave. The Merck caves. Which I believe is pretty much directly south. And the Mermeks are the crabs. Yes, that's the entrance to the cave right there. So we're going to get up into there. First, we're going to quick save. And he mentions in the dialogue that Bellafor went into the caves and only took right turns. That's your first clue. Only took right turns. So we're going to go into the cave. Make sure you have some torches on you. Always quick save. Then we come to the first room. We're going to take a right turn. He only took right turns. I'm going to skirt around the walls just to avoid the fights, just so I can show you where he is to complete the quest. I definitely recommend doing this cave. I'm not going to do the whole cave right now since this is the only mission I know of that's in this cave. Oh. Let's let them walk by. Oh, they're not going to walk by. All right. We'll end that combat. We're not going to get much from them. We're just going to get their carapace. Now, this is how you use your first aid kits. You can use them after battle. I'm just going to bandage our wounds here. I'm not going to take any of the carapaces. And this is our next right turn. So remember, this is the entrance. Right turn. Right turn. And we're just going to keep turning right. Always quick save after a fight. Remember, right turns. And right turn. Left curve. I'm going to grab this jewel real quick. And this here is Bellafor's body. Looks like the Mermaid had a party. Hope we're not invited to one. Could this be Bellafor? That's the one you're going to want to push. Hit leave. Go into our journal. Go into 3 Wanderers. Unfortunately, Bellafor was killed by the Mermaid. So you do find Bellafor's ring. And that's how you know that's his body. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go through the rest of this dungeon. It is fairly long. There's quite a few fights. They're pretty tough fights. And there is a submerged tunnel. There's a chest in the water in the submerged tunnel. So what I recommend doing is making a quick save, moving through the submerged tunnel, grabbing the stuff from the chest, immediately turning around and getting out of the water. As long as one of your party survives the submerged tunnel, you're okay. You should be able to get everything out of the chest that way. And then if you can make it all the way through the submerged chest, there's a pretty cool character on the other side. It's not related to any quests or any... I believe it's just lore. Either way, it is a really cool character to go see. She says some cool stuff. If I remember correctly, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to tell you her name. And similar to that, that's one of the reasons I'm not doing all the fights. I'm not going to do all the secrets and the locations of weapons. I do want to leave some mystery to the game, just where, you know, really cool items and whatnot are. I am just going to guide you through the quest. And she is pretty cool. Like I said, she's not related to any quests, but the character is really cool and the dialogue is really cool. So, since we have all those, we've found all the people, we have the ring from his body, we are going to go ahead and head back to Port Galeb. You can see right there the Mage's Tower. All right. And here we are back at Port Galeb. So the first thing we're going to turn in, we're going to go over to our merchant. We're going to turn in her quest. She's going to give us 150 gold and some XP. That should have completed her quest. Now it should show it. Deadly Delicacies. All right. The next quest. We already completed Arcane Cleanup out there. Deadly Delicacies. The third quest is going to be completed at the library here. We'll go on down. We can see both of them here. We're going to talk to him. Apparently I forgot to pick up the Lesser Ring of Focus. So when you complete the Glass Orb quest, the Empty Hands quest, you can come back and give him the torn page from the book, and he will give you a Lesser Ring of Focus, which should be right there. Lesser Ring of Focus. It's plus 12 mind resistance. Talk to him again. We'll bring you sad news. We'll tell him that the dude is dead. We complete 3 Wanderers. Quick save. We get some more reputation for Port Galeb. Get some items. We're going to talk to him. We're going to tell him we want him back in the party. Welcome back. And now you have a full party. You can talk to her as well. She'll give you some background of her being a slave and whatnot. And now we did get some new items. We got Iconos' ring, plus 5 willpower, plus 10 ancient lore. Pretty decent ring. I'm going to give that to my mage. She can put that on. You also get not much, actually. He gives you some respect, some gold, and some rings. But that completes those first 3 quests. We'll go back to the main area. We'll hit the inn. And you will be good to go for the next few quests. We will see you on part 5.